Jörgen for SaabsUnited at the Swedish Airforce Museum in Linköping. A special part of the exhibition calls Expecting the Worst When the War Comes, if the war comes. In front of us is the famous Catalina plane. A plane like this was shot down over the Baltics by the Ruskies in the 50s. On top here is the J-29. Tunnan, the flying barrel, the pride of Swedish Air Force in the 50s. Tremendous plane. Chuck Yeager once said, "It's an ugly duckling on the ground, but it's a swift in the air." This one has been on the Air Force command of F-21 up in northern Sweden. This plane got its first usage in war during the Congo conflict. So there were planes like this with the United Nations emblems on it. Moving in here. Oh, by the way, this one says, "Fear of Russians." Coming in here, some of the other planes of the time period. Sweden had the third largest air force in the world at this time. This might not be known to all of you, but that is a fact. With the J-29, actually a plane that set a speed record in, I don't know when, in mid-late 50s. So it was quite a fast plane. And on top here is you saw the Little Dragon in the other exhibition hall, but this is the J-35 Draken, the Dragon. A double delta configuration, and actually a good friend of mine who flew this said no one knows the top speed, because you can fly on afterburner going down and just keep on accelerating, and then it's bingo time and you have to fly back to the airbase to get refueled. So quite an interesting plane here. There's another Saab plane lurking up here. It's the SK version, the trainer version. A Saab plane that's still used by the Swedish Air Force to train their pilots. And then we have the plane that flew first in late 60s, the Viggen or Thunderbolt. It's a multi-role plane, just like the present JAS plane. It's a wing combination with a canard wing up front and quite a robust type airplane. It's got a big jet engine, of course, a single engine, but it's also got a reversing system, so actually you can land it on really short runways. Quite a few Swedish highways at that time, well, still some of them were designed for letting this plane to land. And see if you can see that here, but there's a big thrust reverser up there. It's like three pieces that folds into the jet stream, forcing the jet stream to go forward and braking the plane quite substantially. glad it's not sitting on the ground. Maybe if we walk into this little... You can get up underneath the plane a little bit. Some people in the US have said that the landing gear on this one is as robust as that it could actually make it possible to land on an aircraft carrier. It's robust and over-designed almost, so to say. And the front canard. At this time, we had some incidents in Sweden with Russian submarines. Actually, one submarine went up on ground in a sensitive military area in southern Sweden. So at that time, a lot of focus was on hunting submarines, Russian submarines in particular. And here's the submarine that went on the rocks outside the naval base of Karlskrona. A submarine that actually had nuclear weapons on board. That was in 1981. Oh, the Swedish home from the 1980s. So, this was what it was all about, to protect the Swedish style of living, I suppose. Some records here. Pre-internet, when everyone had a big encyclopedia. A doll with a Swedish national costume. So, this is what a flat would look like in Sweden in the 1980s.